We are in an alternate world of 1997, destroyed by a global apocalypse. People now avoid each other and live isolated from others. The parents of the main character, who is only called Kid, were killed when he was a child. Since then, he has been wandering this uninhabitable land collecting junk and trading it for water, which is now scarce. The boy tries to stay away from the acid desert, as it is called here, because only death awaits him there. One day the boy returns to his underground bunker after another raid. There he listens to music, creates a weapon by combining 2 hammers with duct tape, adjusts his helmet, and reads comic books about Turbo Rider, a superhero he has been crazy about since childhood. He is distracted by an alarm system he created, which alerts him that one of his traps has been triggered. When he gets there, he discovers that it was a radioactive rat, which he kills as soon as it tries to attack him. After that, he gathers his belongings and leaves for a community, where he exchanges the collected items with Bagu, and in return receives a bottle of water and a new comic book about Turbo Rider. Meanwhile, 2 men are arm wrestling each other a few steps away. One of the challengers is Frederick, called Metal Arm since he is unbeatable. On the way out, the boy is distracted by the comic book and ends up bumping into Frederick, who becomes angry with him. However, a helper of Frederick's arrives and informs him that his brother has disappeared. The brother has been kidnapped by a local criminal group headed by Zeus. The latter organizes clandestine Mortal Kombat in his arena to entertain his community. Although Frederick's brother was able to defeat his opponents, his release comes in the form of a cruel death. The boy, meanwhile, heads to the children's playground to read his comic book. Suddenly a strange girl named Apple appears. She tells him that he is now her best friend, and to his horror the boy discovers that her former best friend is a skeleton. Before he can do anything, she puts a bracelet on his wrist. When Apple gets distracted, the boy rushes home. In the bunker he tries to remove the bracelet, but is electrocuted and falls unconscious to the ground, dreaming of his childhood. Meanwhile, Frederick arrives in the lands of Zeus, where he is ambushed by Skeletron, Zeus' right-hand man. Skeletron has a circular saw-shaped weapon embedded in his glove, with which he slaughters Frederick's friends within moments. Coming to his senses, the boy discovers that Apple has broken into his house without permission. The girl has tracked him down, thanks to the GPS sensor in the bracelet. Apple is extremely curious and does not seem mean at all, so she asks him how he is doing and makes him food, calling him her best friend. When she finds out that the boy makes a living collecting things from the dump, she decides to help him. The boy does not want to, but she is very insistent, and so not to break her heart he finally agrees. In Zeus' lair, Frederick is about to be tortured, but he manages to free himself and fights the henchman alone. However, when he attacks Zeus, Skeletron appears and cuts off his right hand. Peddling pours the dump, the boy informs Apple of all the rules she must abide by if she is to survive. After that he finds her a personal helmet and builds her a weapon with a garden gnome on the tip. While Apple is training with her new weapon, the boy secretly draws a portrait of her. The two are unaware that someone is spying on them from afar. A henchman of Zeus sneaks up and blocks Apple with a net. The boy tries to escape on his bicycle, but ends up crashing into a hatch protruding from the ground. Inside he discovers that he is in some kind of spaceship, which probably crashed here many years ago. When he approaches the dead pilot, he realizes that it is Turbo Rider, his idol. The screen plays the army general's last message over and over again, reminding that he is their last hope. The boy decides to put on his suit to test it, discovering that it is equipped with a functional turbo glove that can act as a lethal weapon by launching energy charges. He discovers, however, that the glove is almost empty and needs time to recharge. The boy jumps on his bike and returns to rescue his friend, but finds only his captor. He shoots at him with his glove, tearing him to pieces, after which he continues with his search. When the boy arrives at Zeus' fortress, he is frightened, but nevertheless finds the courage to continue. Inside, everyone is already preparing for the next fight. In the center of the arena is Frederick without a hand, Happy Apple and another visibly frightened prisoner. Before the fight, Zeus explains the workings of his machine. He informs the fighters that there are 27 liters of fluid in the human body, and that this machine can squeeze a corpse like an orange and make liters of drinking water from it, which Zeus shares with his community. Just as Zeus kicks off the battle, the boy appears out of nowhere and demands to free the girl on the grounds that he is a superhero. Everyone laughs at him, and when the boy tries to make his move again, he finds that the glove charges have run out, so Skeletron appears from behind and throws him into the arena with the others. The boy returns his garden gnome weapon to Apple and prepares for battle. Frederick gathers them all together to organize a plan of attack, and thanks to this strategy they all manage to survive by killing their opponents in a brutal way. As usual, Zeus doesn't even think about releasing the victors, and without thinking twice he shoots straight at Apple's heart. Meanwhile, the boy's glove is charged again, so the boy shoots at the wall creating an escape route. Frederick yells at the boy to split up, after which he walks away. Apple, inexplicably, comes to her senses, and the two escape on bicycles. Zeus, angry, orders Skeletron to find them, kill them, and bring back their heads. While the boy is sleeping, he dreams again of memories of his childhood, in which he first met Zeus and Skeletron. Before the memory can continue, he wakes up. He then discovers that Apple is a robot, which is why she is not dead. Although robots in this world are always evil, Apple is a peaceful model different from the others, so the boy decides not to mind. As they pedal, Apple suddenly freezes, and when she comes to her senses she explains that she is losing hearts of life since her electric transmitter has been damaged, and when she loses all hearts she will stop forever. Later the two run into Bagu, and in exchange for Apple's headband this reveals to the pair that they can find a working electric transmitter at the robot graveyard. As Apple and the boy walk away, Bagu is found by Skeletron and taken to Zeus. Although Bagu attempts to lie that he did not see anyone, Zeus discovers the lie since he had Apple's headband with him. He then begins to torture him by tying his intestines to the wheels of the bicycle. Bagu then reveals that the two have gone to the robot cemetery, but instead of being released, Zeus orders Skeletron to pedal. That night the boy talks to Apple about the stars. He relates that his mother once told him that the stars are the souls of dead people, and that on the day of the apocalypse the sky was covered with starlight. The stars include both of the boy's parents. Apple, to distract his friend from these sad thoughts, teaches him the art of fighting. He states that one must hit the eyes, then the neck, and finally the genitals, as these are the weak points of the human body. Skeletron and other henchmen find the two and pursue them, attacking them near the robot graveyard. Using the circular saw, Skeletron cuts off Apple's head, which the boy manages to grab, losing his turbo glove in the process. In the cemetery he connects the girl's head to a body of another robot trying to save her, but unfortunately it does not work. The boy loses consciousness from the toxic gas. He dreams again of the same day in the past when Zeus came to their house. His henchmen discovered that the father had found clean water somewhere, and for that reason they decided to punish him. The father was cut to pieces, while the mother managed to wound Zeus in the eye before dying in turn. The boy ran away on a bicycle in panic, and Zeus decided not to chase him since he was convinced that he would die alone in the desert. When the boy regained consciousness, he discovered that Frederick had saved his life. The man explains that he was nearby since he was looking for a mechanical arm. He informs that he is on his way to Zeus to detonate it with the bomb he found, and the boy agrees to help him. While they are on their way it is discovered that Apple is still alive. The girl finds the head of a toy unicorn and decides to take it with her to use as a weapon. Frederick and the boy meet Zeus and his henchmen in a deserted place where there is only a little dirty water left. Zeus' first henchmen are taken out very easily, so he has no choice but to send Skeletron and his girlfriend. Skeletron fights Frederick while the girl punches the boy, who is almost defeated. However, seconds before he is killed, Apple appears out of nowhere and saves him, piercing the girl with the bike-mounted unicorn's head. Apple also brought back his glove, but the happiness of the two does not last long because Zeus shoots Apple and Frederick with his weapon. He then approaches the boy, taunts him, and shoots him straight through the heart. However, as he walks away, we learn that the boy was saved by a tin box given to him by his mother, who blocked the bullet. The boy aims the turbo glove at Zeus and hits him, after which he begins killing all his remaining henchmen. Apple regains consciousness, and Skeletron begins to approach her to kill her, but she is saved by the boy, who pierces him with an umbrella, after which he opens it, tearing it to pieces. He then kisses Apple for the first time, but the battle is not yet over. Zeus stands up and reveals that he is a robot. He then attempts to kill the two with an electric wave, unintentionally charging the turbo glove to maximum. The boy, wasting no time, throws the bomb under Zeus' feet and hits it with the energy charges, causing a huge explosion. Apple protects him from the shockwave with her body. The earth begins to shake and finally cracks, letting out a fountain of drinking water, which begins to fill the valley. Apple dies from injuries sustained in the explosion. The boy buries her near the playground where they first met. When Frederick approaches him, the boy reveals that he is now ready to leave and explore the world. A new star appears in the sky, the soul of Apple. Subscribe for more videos like this one, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help grow the channel. Thanks for watching.